says, quote, the future will take care of itself. So, CC, next season, Nick Foles will be playing for blank.
The Philadelphia Eagles.
Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh, absolutely. He's not going to go anywhere. Nick Foles, he knows the reality of it. He's going to play a good game in the Super Bowl. He's going to stay with the Eagles next year, back up Carson Wentz, but all through the OTAs, all through most of the training camp, he's going to be getting those reps. They're going to want to keep the continuity. Nick Foles, Philadelphia.
You're half right. Nick Foles will be playing for multiple teams next year. They can't trade him right after the season or in the offseason because Carson Wentz is coming off that knee injury. But once Carson Wentz is back to full participation...
I think I changed your mind.
I did a little more research on the full rehab of the ACL, the timeline, so they need to hold on to him for a little longer than I anticipated. But come September, when I believe Carson Wentz will be back, Foles will be a hot trade target for a team that suffers an injury at the quarterback position. So I think Foles will be playing for multiple teams next season.
All right, sticking in the NFC East,
That's right.
Alex Smith is heading to Washington, which means Kirk Cousins is heading somewhere else. Nick, what next season Kirk Cousins will be playing for blank?
The Cleveland Browns. Keep in mind the Browns wanted Alex Smith.
Love it.
So they're into the idea of acquiring their quarterback outside of the draft. You have the #1 pick, and you don't have to take a quarterback. You can trade that pick, so you keep having multiple #1 picks. I think Cleveland should do this, so I hope he goes to the Cleveland Browns.
I mean, there might be something to that, given that the head coach of Cleveland did work with Jay Gruden, ran the same type of system in Cincinnati that they run in Washington. But, man, forget it. We right here. 6th Avenue. Come to the Jets. Call the Jets, man, right now. Don't have them call you. Don't wait, because the Jets, this is too smart of a deal for them to do. They don't have any wide receiver. Robbie Anderson, he got a little situation.
He's got a big situation.
And after having a spectacular season, bring Kirk Cousins. How long have they been looking for a quarterback with the Jets, man? Kirk Cousins in with the Jets.
You're just trying to curry favor. Chris's favorite boss that we have is a guy named Whit Album, who's a big Jets fan. No, Chris, yeah, I'm letting you know. I'm letting you in America know. I feel like you're just trying to curry favor with the
I got
bosses.
one of those kind of jobs, man. I got 4. All my bosses, they all good.
Okay, fair enough.
Charlie, Whit, Therese,
From Kirk Cousins to Boogie Cousins. Thank you. He is out for the year with an Achilles injury, and he'll be a free agent at the end of this season. CC, next season, DeMarcus Cousins will be playing for blank.
The Pelicans. I mean, show the man some love. He got hurt in the last year of his contract. He came there, won over the organization, won over the locker room. You can see the maturity. He is a superstar. Like honor the man's work. This is an unfortunate Achilles injury. Let's come back to the Pelicans.
I'm rooting for Boogie, so I hope he stays with the Pelicans, because the other option is probably the Lakers. Boogie in a losing situation, we've seen it. Mentally, he doesn't do so well in that. He needs to be where the games matter. I understand the Pelicans could be hesitant about giving him the full 5 years, but maybe a 4-year max deal after the Achilles injury. I say the Pelicans.
Him and the Brow got a thing, too.
They do. If he can come back to full strength, that's a formidable
We've never seen that kind of combination.
I agree entirely.
Okay, James Harden had the game of his life last night. 60 points, 10 rebounds, 11 assists, and 4,000 compliments from Nick on Twitter. Nick, the NBA MVP right now is blank.
James Harden.
James Harden.
The first time in a decade you asked me this, my answer is not LeBron James, but today it is a different James.
Don't worry, Jen. Tomorrow it'll be...
It could change. No, actually it won't change. I think James Harden not only is the MVP right now, but barring him getting injured, he locked up the award last night. James Harden is your NBA MVP with 30 games to go.
CC?
Thus far, James Harden, he has been the MVP. But I got to give a little side eye to Steph Curry. I know we're coming off the 60 and a triple-double, but Steph Curry, now I can see him in my peripheral vision.
Wow.
Like he's playing that kind of basketball.
Wow.
They're going to probably have the best record in the NBA.
Wow.
Like you got to listen. I know him and Durant playing together, like they might cancel each other out, but recognized game. Harden is playing a special year, and he's gotten probably robbed 2 out of the last 3 years. So
2 second-place finishes in the last 3.
Steph Curry, much respect.
Wow.
What is that?
Wow.
Side eye.
A little side eye.
Side eye.
Side eye. Good job, Jenna.
Thank you. Finally, Blake Griffin was traded to the Pistons on Monday. With the NBA trade deadline looming, all eyes are on who gets moved next. CC, the next big name to be dealt in the NBA is blank.
If Lob City's no more, DeAndre Jordan, he got to go somewhere. They got to trade him. Like, why would they keep him? They're going to build around him. Chris Paul left. Now, Blake
Blake
got
left.
traded. Now, no, DeAndre Jordan, I think, is the next one. Big name to go.
I think the next big name to go is his teammate, Lou Williams, who
Sweet
this year is
Lou.
having a better year. At least the Clippers could say, maybe we do want to build around DeAndre. Maybe we don't think he's going to opt out of his deal. Lou Williams on an expiring deal. They're not going to make the playoffs. They know he's gone after next year. And I think Lou Williams right now might be the more attractive asset for teams. Might be able to get Cleveland's first-round pick for Lou Williams. So I think it's Lou Williams, but they might be traded at the same time. They might be involved in the same trade, but I think it's Lou Williams.
All right, coming up next, LeBron James speaks out on double standards. Talk about that. First things first.
All this bias against people with neck beards. I feel you, Brian.